Good morning, Paul Robert here. I, like maybe some of you, have been tuning in to the Democratic National Convention this week, listening to all the inspiring speeches, knowing that things are looking really good for this ticket right now. And all of the speeches resonated, but I must say what captivated me the most was actually Michelle Obama's speech, because she talks about registering to vote and this power is in our hands. It got me thinking a lot. The first thing was, oh shit, Paul, like you've been making some videos, you've been donating a bit, but you haven't even registered to vote in your current address. So before she was even done speaking, I was online registering to vote, and now I'm ready to go. You might think, if you're like me and you live in a heavily Democratic state, my vote doesn't matter. It's not gonna be one of the handful of votes that swings the election in one way or the other, but we're wrong to think this way, because our actions and our words that matter in the conversation can sometimes have a ripple effect. They can't always be captured in a tally or in a snapshot of the moment. It's important that we continue those actions and those words, because we never know what effect it can have on somebody else across the country, somebody that you've inspired to take action or to vote themselves. In terms of healing, I've said before, I believe Kamala Harris can heal the world, and I was not joking. But the thing about it is that she can't do it alone. The responsibility does not sit entirely on her shoulders. It's going to take all of us to be involved in one way or another. So I would just encourage everybody, I'm trying to do this my own way with my art and through my conversations, but whatever way you can be involved in this is just the starting point. This is not the finish point. The real work starts after the election, the never-ending interview to be president, right? If it's art, if it's talking to a neighbor or a family member who you might disagree with, and you want to stand up for yourself, but also be respectful of their views and see if you guys can have a dialogue, or if it's volunteering with the campaign. But definitely voting is of utmost significance. I had a million video ideas after watching the first 3 days of the convention, but I decided that the most important thing to talk about is the actions that we can all individually take, because sometimes we can get so caught up in the rhetoric or believe everything's on the right track, so we don't need to do anything, but that's false. We have just over 2 months until this election happens, finishes, closes in, begins a new chapter, and we all need to be involved in whatever way makes the most sense for us. So I try to have what I'm saying match what I'm doing. I'm finding different ways to be in the conversation where I think it matters, and I just can't wait to win this. But nothing in life is guaranteed, so we gotta work hard every day until that day comes.